Hey everybody, Bob Babbitt here, co-founder of Challenged Athletes Foundation. This is Challenged Athletes Live. Our next guest, 2018 WCMX World Champion, Mr. Garnett Silver-Hall. How you doing, How you doing there, Garnett?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, good. You okay with G wheel? Is that preferred?
Yeah, that works too. Yeah, for sure.
So Garnett, explain arthrogryposis?
Arthrogryposis. So arthrogryposis is a joint condition. It affects almost all the joints in my body and basically just limits my motion. And some of the muscles around the joints are a little bit weaker.
So, and being born with that and having to basically live your life in a wheelchair, how hard was that as a young kid growing up?
Definitely had to adapt to a lot of things. I'd say my main barrier is that my arms don't bend fully. So I think that's the biggest thing I had to kind of overcome and figure out what worked best for me in that aspect. But yeah, just definitely a lot of adapting.
When did you find sport?
So I found sport when I was 9 years old. I was at a movie theater with my father in Oakland, and we ran into another family that had a child with a disability. And they introduced us to this program called BORP, or a Bay Area Outreach and Recreation Program. And then, like, I think a week later, I went and tried sled hockey for the first time. And it was great. I loved it. I had never done any adaptive sports before that, never tried anything. So it was great. And a couple of years after that, by my coach Trooper Johnson, I was introduced to wheelchair basketball through the same program, and then I think that's when I really got interested in adaptive sports. And yeah, I kind of went from there.
Talk a little bit about Trooper, because he's a very special man who is obviously a great wheelchair basketball player himself, and what he's brought to the BORP program and to kids like yourself, right? He basically told you could accomplish anything you wanted to in life.
Yeah, definitely. Trooper has been one of the biggest blessings in my life. Has taught me, almost everything I know up until now. And yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine my life without Trooper. We got so lucky to have a coach of that caliber, with his expertise and just knowledge of the game, and experience. So I couldn't ask for anything better in that aspect, for sure.
So here you are, a kid who didn't find sports till he's 9, and then you become a world champion at WCMX. You in sled hockey, I know you went to national team camp back in Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
Did that. And wheelchair basketball, you playing at Arizona?
Yeah, so yeah, I'm a freshman at the University of Arizona now, playing on the team here.
Playing wheelchair basketball. So
Yes,
you're
sir.
like a triple threat. You got 3 great sports that your national class in.
Yes.
Do you have to make a decision in terms of one or the other when it comes to Paralympics and things like that?
Well, I mean, I think when I was a little bit younger, that's something I definitely struggled with, is, kind of choosing what I wanted to do. But I'd have to say, hockey was my first love. That was definitely what got me into sports, and I've always have a love for sled hockey. WCMX was something I've always wanted to do. I grew up in a little, small surf and skate town in Northern California. So, the skate park was always a part of my life. And obviously being able to win a world championship, and that was, that's just stuff of my dreams. But with basketball, it's another sport, I've loved my whole life, and it's given me the greatest opportunity, I think. Just the fact that I'm getting my education paid for and doing a sport I love at the same time. And then, having the opportunity to get to the next level and possibly play on Team USA or play overseas in the future is, I mean, that means the world to me, for sure.
So when you talk WCMX, for a lot of our viewers, they probably have never heard of it. And basically, it's a skate park, and you guys are tackling obstacles in the skate park in your wheelchair.
Yep.
Talk a little how you were introduced to it. And I know our man Wheels is one of the, when you talk about people like Trooper Johnson, then you got Wheels, you got different people from different sports who become sort of mentors and role models. Talk a little about Wheels in the sport of WCMX.
Yeah, so definitely. I had definitely seen quite a few videos of Wheels when I was younger, just on YouTube, and people would always show them to me. So always, he's always on my radar. And I was at a camp in San Diego summer camp that Azra puts on down there.
Yeah.
And I remember being in the cafeteria and I look over and I see Wheels. And, you know, as a little kid, like I started freaking out. And my group went over to his section later. And I met him and Mike Box, who is, you know, another blessing in my life. And yeah, I really got introduced to WCMX and box wheelchairs. And you know, I think a couple months after that, probably I did a GoFundMe for my first WCMX chair. And yeah, the rest is history after that.
That is so cool. Yeah, Aaron Fotheringham, aka Wheels, has been sort of the leader, sort of the Tony Hawk of WCMX, don't you think?
Definitely.
So when did CAF come into your life?
So CAF came into my life, I believe through the same camp down in San Diego, and through box wheelchairs. I got a grant for my next basketball chair, which I got through box wheelchairs, and my next WCMX chair. And then I always seen, you know, the great things CAF has been doing in the community. A lot of my friends were already connected with CAF, so they were always on my radar. But you know, actually getting to be a part of CAF was the first time was amazing for me for sure.
Well, and then weren't you up in Idaho for the?
Yes.
That was pretty awesome, right? That was a
Yeah.
X Games weekend, and you guys were doing, I think, some clinics and some just exhibitions on WCMX.
Yeah, that was to this day, that was one of the best trips I've ever had in my entire life. That was such an amazing weekend with Aaron and Otter and Tony and all the other guys that were up there. Just being able to, you know, skate at the X Games, like that's something crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like there in itself. And then yeah, I think that just gave me like more motivation, you know, as an athlete, that, you know, I'm seeing people on this high level, you know, I want to just push myself even more. So that was such a great opportunity. And also just to see, you know, all the kids that came out to that, and
Yep.
being able to connect, you know, with the little kids and show them, like, I mean, they're all having a blast, you know, it's a skate park. So I think that gave me almost, you know, even more joy than anything is, you know, inspiring the next generation of people that are going to come into the sport and, you know, do even crazier things that we're doing right now, be even better than us. So definitely.
Well, it's interesting because you grew up watching videos of Wheels, right? And now kids are growing up watching videos of you doing, wait a second, this guy's playing hockey, he's playing basketball, he's doing WCMX. There's nothing that gets in his way. Do you spend a lot of time with parents of kids who are dealing with challenges, talking about, hey, listen, there aren't any limitations. You can accomplish anything.
You know, I haven't yet, but that's, you know, that's definitely something I'm very interested in. You know, I recognize all the great mentors I've had in my life that have helped shape me into, you know, the person I am today, who've got me there. And, you know, I'll be nothing without all the people who've supported me and showed me what I can do. So I think that's something I definitely want to do more, you know, through board. It's been great. I've gotten to deal with a lot of the younger kids on the prep team, and try to be a mentor to them as the best I can. So I think that's the main experience I have with that as of now, but that's something in the future I definitely want to pursue more.
So how did this whole COVID, how's it affected you in terms of training and getting together with folks and just, you know, just moving forward during a really tough time?
Yeah, COVID has, you know, definitely had a huge impact on, I mean, all of our seasons and, you know, our sports careers in general. As a junior athlete, you know, on the board, Junior Road Warriors, we had our finals at nationals cut short. We didn't even get to go. You know, we got word the day before our flight that we weren't going to be able to go compete at nationals. And that, you know, my last year for me and my teammate Ben Thornton, you know, that's something we've been looking forward to our entire basketball careers. You know, it's our nationals, our senior nationals. So that was definitely, you know, a huge loss, and we felt that for sure. But now even our freshman year of, you know, college basketball is not, you know, it's non-existent. We're hoping we're gonna even have, you know, a season at all. So yeah, it's definitely been hard. We haven't been able to practice here. So just getting in training whenever you can. But yeah, it's definitely a struggle.
So is the goal in terms of Paralympics, is it winter for 2022 or 2026, or is it basketball for 2021? For the triple
Um,
threat, what are you thinking, G Wheel?
I'm thinking as of now, my main goal I think would be Team USA for basketball 2024.
Hmm.
I think that's 2021. I don't think I'm really at that level just yet.
Yeah,
2024 is something I can work towards.
you're
But yeah,
young.
I think
You're a
yeah,
young guy.
exactly. I have a little bit of time, to refine myself and advance as a player a little bit more.
I love it. Hey, thanks so much for taking time and joining us. Oh, you know what? I was looking through some stuff online. Your dad has a pretty cool collection of cars. What's the deal?
Oh no, 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 those aren't his cars. Another thing I used to be really interested in it was car photography. That was a big part of my life for a while. So me and my dad would go
Yeah.
down to Monterey Car Week and we go to car shows, almost every weekend.
Wow.
But yeah,
How
that's
fun
just
is that? So you
it
both
was that
love
was amazing.
classic cars.
Yeah, definitely.
That is cool. That's actually my background is my dad and his brothers owned an auto parts store. And we
Wow,
had
okay.
people would come in to the auto parts store I need a fender from a 56 Chevy, that type of stuff. They go out there and take the
Yeah,
car apart. Yeah, it was pretty fun stuff. That's a great
awesome.
thing for father and son to hang out together with.
Yeah, definitely, definitely some of the best experience of my life for sure. And we just got some pictures of really cool cars together along the way. So that's what those pictures are.
I love it. I'm going, boy, this guy's got some good rides. I like this stuff.
Yeah,
Hey, Garnett, thanks so much for being part of CAF. We love having you part of our family. And, for kids to be able to see somebody who's really world class at 3 different sports, right? You sort of have to make a decision. Am I going to go play sled hockey, play wheelchair basketball? I'm going to do WCMX. That shows kids that there really are absolutely no limits to what they can accomplish. Thank you for bringing that to CAF.
of course, my pleasure. Thank you guys so much for everything you do.
This is Challenge Athletes Live. That is Garnett Silver-Hall. Thanks everybody for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Thank you, Garnett. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Yep.